up on where we left off before we went to Georgia. Do you think the public in the United States does understand the sort of the complicated mechanics, if you like, of getting all of these votes tallied?
I think they do, for the most part. I think most people understand what's going on, and most people understand that the tallying all the votes sometimes takes time, and it has to be done. But it's one of the most important exercises in the democratic process. So you do see protesters out there. There are some people who want the vote to be stopped. You do see counter protesters as well. But for the most part, yes, I think the American public understands what's going on. And it's also worth mentioning that Donald Trump has not had a lot of support from other people in his party in terms of allegations of vote fraud. And for the most part, they've been fairly quiet. If I could just maybe add one other thing, the counties he was mentioning, I believe there were 7 of them, and 4 of them, Cobb, Gwinnett, Fulton, and Clayton, are all in the Atlanta suburbs, which tend to vote more Democratic and are leaning more Biden as it is. I can't recall the precise numbers he gave, but of the counties, a lot of them are in the Atlanta suburbs. So that might point towards a little bit more of a push for Biden with these votes coming in as well.
Yeah, I mean, this seems to have really grated with President Trump, that, that the results that he was seeing, it's sort of bedtime on Tuesday night, and the results that we're now going to be seeing in the next day or two are very, very different. And it seems it's sort of taken him rather by surprise. And I'm just wondering why that is. If you say the rest of his party seems to understand that it's not a very difficult equation to work out.
There was plenty of evidence all along to show that things might go in this direction, right? We knew from surveys, we knew from behavior during the COVID pandemic that people who were going to use mail-in ballots were more likely to be Democratic voters, right? And this became the evidence for this has only become stronger. And people who were going to vote on the day were more likely to be Republicans. And so this, they always warned that the votes that were going to be counted on the day would often be first. And so you might have the red mirage, where some states that we might think would go blue ultimately looked like they were going to go red, go for Donald Trump initially, but that it would take more time to count those mail-in ballots as they trickle in, and that's exactly what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing in Pennsylvania and Georgia, and Pennsylvania is a large state, so there's a lot of votes to count. So it's we knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to be the process. What we didn't know was exactly how long it was going to take, and we still don't know that.